You love.
The guys that you are going and sowing division, and you can't see it.
Really? What, by upholding the law?
Oh, you're not. What law?
The law that says...
What about the law in the Channel where people enter the country
whataboutery again? Whataboutery again? The inability to...
Writing. Have you ever noticed how some people demand that everyone else follows the rules until those same rules apply to them? That's exactly what happens in today's story, and the outcome is more revealing than you might expect. Before we dive into the full story, comment where you're watching from, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Today's debate begins on LBC, where Matthew Wright takes a call from a listener angry that a local council has stopped people from hanging flags on public lampposts. At first, it sounds like a debate about patriotism and national pride. But here's the key detail. No one has been banned from flying flags. People can still display them on their homes, businesses, pubs, and other private property. The restriction only applies to public lampposts and street furniture, where attaching items is already against the law. That's where everything changes. The caller argues that people should respect the law, but Matthew calmly points out that the very law being defended also makes hanging flags on lampposts illegal. Suddenly, the debate is no longer just about flags. It's about consistency, accountability, and whether the rule of law should apply equally to everyone. And from that moment on, the conversation takes a dramatic turn.
Just so we're absolutely clear, the injunction doesn't stop people flying flags from their homes, from pubs and private premises, from council buildings. It's just from lampposts, street furniture. Bob's on the line in Brentford. Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
What are your thoughts?
Well, I think that the muppet that runs Oxfordshire Council, he needs talking to. Look, if people want to fly a flag from a lamppost, who gives the monkeys?
Well, it's illegal, so you should give a monkeys if you're a proud patriot, because you obviously love our laws.
Excuse me. Our laws, somebody goes to court and says, I want to change this, fine. So they done that last week.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't, Bob. You weren't listening. The law already states you can't hang things from lampposts, and that's why they got the injunction. The law already said it was illegal.
But why is he wasting public money? I mean, who cares?
Well, why are people breaking the law, putting flags on lampposts? And people do care. People say they're intimidated. People say it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace to see the England flag in tatters.
I see, is it? Right, OK. It's the Union flag or St George's flag.
All flags, sir.
Excuse me, I go all around London, I see Palestinian flags. They don't intimidate me.
Right, are they hanging from lampposts, sir? Because I'm in London every weekend and I don't see them on lampposts.
I've had it waved in my face as I walk down the street.
And that's not a problem. That's not a problem, Bob, because we're only talking about lampposts.
That's why. That's why it's not a problem, isn't it? Because I've got to take it. Look, when you come and you go to Rome, you do as the Romans do.
Yeah. So when you're in England, why don't you stick by the laws of England?
Well, why don't the people who come here stick by the laws of England?
So we're doing whataboutery.
No, we're not. What I'm saying is, what you're doing
You said, when in Rome, do what the Romans do. You said, when in Rome, do what the Romans do, right? Which is a phrase to say, abide by the laws of the land in which you live.
Absolutely.
Right? And the law of the land in the country in which you live, Bob, in Brentford, says you can't hand flags, or anything else from lampposts. Suck it up, my friend. That's the law of the country that you love.
The guys that you are going and sowing division, and you can't see it.
Really? By upholding the law?
Oh, you're not. What law?
The law that says...
What about the law in the Channel where people enter the country
whataboutery again? Whataboutery again? The inability to stay with the subject at hand.
Excuse me. One law for all.
Right, and the law is...
And you say that intimidates
And the law is, Bob, very simple. It's illegal to hang things from lampposts. I'm struggling to understand how a proud Englishman can't understand that. Very simple matter.
I think we should be able to hang our flag from anywhere.
Well,
and I think that we've got to change the law.
Vote for someone who gets into Parliament and changes the law, Bob.
I certainly will.
Good for you.
How about Oxfordshire Council putting it to a democratic vote of the people that live in that area?
Well, because it's a national law, so it wouldn't have any bearing, Bob. Bob, as a proud
Excuse me,
Englishman,
we've
you
also-
really need to know a little bit about your
There's other
constitution.
excuse me, there's plenty of councils that just ignore it. It's a stupid law.
Right. Okay. So
Jaywalking is a
when in Rome, right?
Yeah.
When in Rome, pick and choose the laws of Rome that suit you. Do what you
No.
like.
No, it's an easy way to do it. What you're doing is you've got a programme and you cannot see that you are sowing division.
Right. And what I'm saying is, we have a law that you just can't accept.
We have thousands of laws that people don't accept. But unfortunately, it's always bent in the way of the immigrants.
Oh, of
It's
course it
always
is.
put in that taint. Yes,
Of course
it
it is. You got any evidence of that?
It is.
Proof? Can you give me any
It's-
data?
Yes, I can. Look at what happened at Southport. Look at what's happened with the police. Look at what's happened to that young man murdered in the bloody street.
Yeah. What about
Hey,
what about
that?
the Sikh woman?
There's proof.
You know, the Sikh woman
What do I say
raped by
about that?
racists. You know, you pick and
No,
choose one
police
example, and you
officers
ignore
didn't
another.
pick and choose. Police officers who were treated like robots. This is what you do. If there's a fight and somebody is hurt, you go to the black person first and say, have you been racially abused? Apart from the fact that the lad's lying there with his throat cut, come on.
Great job of
We've got to get real,
great job
mate.
of whataboutery,
Because-
Bob. I'm asking you about lampposts, and you go on to migrants crossing the channel and police bungles in stabbings. It's an interesting direction to go. I just wanted to talk about flags, but it's obviously Bob wants to talk about what many people are saying is the problem with the flags and how it's become a symbol for division, and the kind of division that I just heard there from Bob. Maybe those people are right to say that. I don't know.
Writing, and that's what made this exchange stand out. The debate started with a simple question about flags on public lampposts, but it quickly became a test of consistency. The caller argued that everyone should respect the law, yet when reminded that the law also prohibits hanging flags from public street furniture, the conversation immediately shifted to entirely different issues. Whether you agree with Matthew Wright or not, his central point was clear. The rule of law has to apply equally. If we only support laws when they match our personal views, then we're not really defending the rule of law, we're defending selective enforcement. That's why this moment sparked so much discussion. It wasn't just about flags. It became a broader debate about principles, accountability, and whether the same standards should apply to everyone. What do you think? Did Matthew expose a contradiction, or do you think the caller had a valid point? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.